Welcome and good day, everyone. Welcome back to another match for the Unofficial Amiibo Smash League Season 3, powered on the Switch 2. But before I continue, I'd like to remind everyone to support Nintendo and their affiliates, because without them, we wouldn't have the game, let alone the Amiibo that we're battling it out with today. So let's go ahead and give them our support. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and introduce our first challenger in this match, coming from the Super Mario Brothers group. Here he is, the Keyblade Master himself, Sora. Now Sora has won 3 matches and is looking to gain another win today, because Sora is in competition with 2 other challengers in his group to gain that second spot, that second seat in the Smash-Offs. And is looking to win today. But Sora's got a challenging opponent here, coming from the Fire Emblem group. Here he is when he's not hunting vampires. Simon Belmont. Now Simon Belmont has only won 2 matches so far, and is looking to gain another win here in his final match, in both of their final matches in this season. Now both of these characters will be battling it out on a randomly selected stage, which could give either character an advantage or disadvantage in this match. Also, each character will be given 4 lives, so they have a better chance at gaining victory in this match. Alright, let's not keep you waiting any longer. Let's get this match underway. Sora versus Simon. Oh, looks like they're battling it out in the Luigi's Mansion stage. This stage can be destroyed by those different pylons, or different. I honestly forget what those things are called at this moment. Please bear with me. But if those, if those things get destroyed, then literally the characters. Then the place literally falls apart, as you saw. The characters are battling it out on that. Looks like the right now, moving towards the middle of the screen. Oh, there's a little bit of holy water. Looks like Sora is over 120%. These 2 characters are battling, having a good battle here. Nobody's not been knocked out so far, but Sora manages to knock Simon out for the first knockout of the match. Seems like chat is rooting for you, Sora. Let's see if you can follow through with that. Only one. Oh. And the entire house has been destroyed. Don't worry, it will reform. Sora already at 190, now literally 203 before Simon manages to knock Sora out. Oh man. And Simon missing an attack on Sora, falling to his own demise. I wonder if that'll count as a self-destruct, because man, that was crazy. That is definitely a mistake that Sora would hope for. Oh! Now I almost thought Sora made a mistake there, but Sora managed to gain the recovery. Man, Sora, do not duplicate the mistakes of previous competitors. Oh, and that Holy Cross comes back and hits Sora. Simon is over 100%. Man, besides Sora making a good dodge move, causing Simon to fall out, Sora's still doing really well against Simon. But Simon is still doing some damage against Sora, as Sora is over 100%. But Simon is over 160 himself, so... Oh, and Simon misses and Sora counters back at knocking Simon down to that final life. And Simon knocks Sora down again. I know that house is really getting destroyed. Man, the insurance rate on that house has got to be really high as much as it gets destroyed. Which is kind of ironic because I think the last match was actually on a Castlevania stage. And this one happens to be on a Luigi's stage. So, which... Luigi's stage is a Super Mario stage, which Sora is part of the Super Mario Brothers group. So, there's a bit of irony in that. Looks like Simon is over 100%. If he's not careful, Sora will knock him out. Simon trying to do some damage to Sora. Oh, and the house gets destroyed again. All right. Yeah, we can almost guess on how many houses that these guys are going to go through before this match is over. Sora is over 100%. But Sora managing to knock Simon out and gaining the win. All right, looks like chat called that one, with Sora gaining the win. With such confidence, Sora literally stands with his back towards his opponent, showing that he is clearly not afraid of his opponent, especially after gaining that victory. All right. So Sora gaining the victory over Simon Belmont after 4 minutes and 47 seconds, with Simon only getting 2 knockouts against Sora. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mark those matches on the win-loss record. So let's see. That would be Sora gaining a 4th win. So that's definitely going to put Sora in a good spot in the Super Mario Brothers group. And then Simon getting that 5th loss. Now, fortunately for Simon, that loss doesn't have a huge, drastic pitfall for him, because Marth hasn't won a single match, and he's at least won 2, So even losing that match didn't have a drastic side effect on Sora in the match. Alright, going over those stats. The damage given by Sora is 463% and 455% for Simon. Damage taken by Sora, 462% and 465% for Simon. Even the damage percentage were so close in that. The damage recovered by Sora and Simon, none. Peak damage for Sora is 203% and 185% for Simon. The launch distance for Sora, 697 meters and 577 meters. Oh, I'm going to scroll back up to the top because I forgot to check. Okay, that did not count as a self-destruct by Simon. Okay, so it's probably because Sora dodged the attack instead of him just like walking off the edge. I think you have to have like so much time when your opponent doesn't do damage to you before it counts. So like if you go like 5 or 10 seconds where your opponent hasn't damaged you and then you throw yourself off the edge, then I think it counts like a self-destruct or something like that. Alright, let's see here. Launch distance for Sora, 697 meters, 577 meters for Simon. Ground time for Sora, 60 seconds and 121 seconds for Simon. The air time for Sora, 223 seconds, and Simon, 162. The hit percentage for Sora is 31%, and Simon in the high range with 43%, but unfortunately it's not. His attacks weren't enough to gain victory today. The ground attacks for Sora is 19 and 45 for Simon. The number of air attacks for Sora is 222 and 76 for Simon. The number of smash attacks for Sora is 11 and 22 for Simon. No grabs, no throws for either opponent. Number of edge grabs for Sora is 7 and 16 for Simon. Number of projectiles for Sora is 0 and 7 for Simon. The number of items grabbed for Sora is 0 and 1 for Simon. The max launch speed for Sora is 768 kilometers per hour and 1,029 kilometers per hour for Simon. The longest drought time for Sora is 4 seconds and 7 seconds for Simon. So it literally, so with Sora getting a 4-second time for the longest drought time in that just proves that the that recovery time when a character first respawns in, that doesn't count towards that 5 seconds or so doesn't count towards drought time. So it must still count as you being able to hit your opponent even if you do no damage for that temporary invulnerability time. It probably still counts as you hitting your opponent. So yeah, 4 seconds drought time. That is the best drought. That is the best drought time I've seen in any character in the competition. So that's definitely going to be a good thing for Sora moving forward. Alright, so another exciting match here between Sora and Simon, but with Sora coming out the winner in this match. Gaining a important win because that'll put Sora in the Super Mario Brothers group currently in the 2nd seat. However, if Piranha Plant and Mario both win their matches, then Sora and Piranha Plant and Mario will be battling in a 3-way tie breaker for the 2nd seat in the Super Mario Brothers group. With unfortunately Luigi being the one that, regardless of his match, is going home. Alright. If you like this content, go ahead and give it a nice thumbs up. It definitely helps out. If you want to see more such as this, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when new content is available. Also, if you want to leave a comment, please do so in a respectful manner. Because, hey, we want to keep this family friendly after all, so everyone can enjoy. Thank you once again for watching, and have a wonderful day.